You ever feel like you're just stuck, like some invisible force is holding you back? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a really cool idea from life coach Rahul George. It's all about hitting escape velocity in your own life so you can finally start freewheeling. All right, let's jump in.
So let's start with a big question. What if? What if you could just enjoy life, beyond all the rules? Just imagine for a second going through your day without that heavy weight of expectations, without all those invisible shoulds buzzing in your head. It's a powerful thought, right? And honestly, this question is the real starting point for everything we're about to get into.
And here it is, straight from the source. The whole theme is freewheeling. And look, this doesn't mean being reckless or anything like that. It's about being able to just enjoy yourself without getting tangled up in the rules. It's that shift from trying to be perfect all the time to just enjoying the ride. Kind of like the difference between a stiff planned routine and just letting loose with the spontaneous dance.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the art of freewheeling. This is all about embracing what's real and authentic over what's rigid and structured. This really gets to the heart of it. The idea is to stop trying to create that perfect thing, the thing that's going to please the algorithm or check all the boxes. The goal here is totally different. It's about sharing something genuine, something from the heart, packed with love and good ideas. And then you just trust. You trust it'll find the people it's meant for. It's a huge shift, right? It's about believing in your message, not just the method you use to send it.
But you might be wondering, where does a big idea like this even come from? Well, this isn't some abstract theory. Nope, it was actually born from a really personal journey. A journey that started 10 years ago with just a dream.
Yeah, think about that for a second. The life he gets to live today? 10 years ago, it wasn't some detailed 5-year plan. It was literally just a dream, a wish, something that probably felt totally out of reach back then. This is the starting line, the point A of a pretty incredible story.
And you can see that whole path laid out right here. I mean, think about it. 10 years ago, just a dream. No clear path, no roadmap. And now, it's a lived reality, a life full of purpose and gratitude. And the big thing to get here is that this didn't just happen by accident. It wasn't just luck. It was a conscious, deliberate process.
Okay, so how in the world do you go from a wish to reality? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, this is where we get to the core concept, and it's such a great metaphor, borrowed right from physics. It's this idea of hitting escape velocity.
You know how a rocket has to go incredibly fast to break free from Earth's gravity? That's escape velocity. Well, it's the same idea in life. It's that moment of breakthrough, that point where you finally push through all the stuff that's been holding you down, and you launch yourself into a totally new space where things just work. There's no friction. You just flow.
So let's break that down. Think about the forces in your own life. On one side, you've got gravity. And that's all the friction, right? It's the self-doubt, the roadblocks, that feeling like you're constantly pushing a giant rock uphill. Then, you've got freewheeling. That's the other side. That's what it feels like after you've hit escape velocity. You're in orbit. Things you want to happen just happen, without that constant, exhausting struggle.
So what does it actually feel like to live that way, to be freewheeling? Well, that brings us to what we're calling living the manifested life. And trust me, when you get there, your relationship with everything, especially your work, completely changes. It's a massive shift, a total game changer. When you are actually living the life you used to just dream about, everything looks different. Work isn't a have-to anymore, it's a get-to. And gratitude, it stops being something you have to practice and just becomes how you are. It's your new normal.
And this quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? The real win here isn't about getting famous or rich. It's that feeling deep down inside where you just know that who you get to be and what you get to do every day, it's a gift. That's it. That's the shift that changes the entire game.
Okay, so let's say you did it. You hit escape velocity. You're freewheeling. Awesome. But how do you stay there? How do you stay in orbit? That's where this last piece of the puzzle comes in, and it's so important. We're talking about the power of community.
And this is a really key insight. Your breakthrough, it isn't just about you. It's actually powered by the people around you. It's for them and with them. It becomes this amazing cycle, right? Their energy helps you get off the ground, and then your journey helps inspire them. Suddenly, it's not just your mission anymore. It's a shared mission.
And so this whole thing really becomes an invitation, a big, open invitation to anyone who feels like they're on this kind of path,
Maybe you're a healer, a coach, a seeker, or maybe you don't use any of those labels. It doesn't matter. This is for anyone who's ready to see some real miracles, who's looking for that deep transformation, and who wants to be of service to others.
So, let's wrap this up by turning the question back to you. What's your gravity? Seriously, what's that one thing, that one force that's really holding you back? And more importantly, what would it take for you to finally build up enough speed to hit your escape velocity and start freewheeling into the life you know you're meant to live?